Okay, so here I just want to quickly show you how to go about submitting the work that you do through Logi-Cola. Remember that the work done through the Logi-Cola software is what I call the homework, right on the syllabus. So that differs from the reading exercises. The reading exercises are the textbook, okay? And the participation is done in class, or if you're doing it online, through the online forum on discussion. So again, here, anytime you see Logi-Cola homework, this is what's meant on how to go about the submission process, okay? And remember that those are due a half hour before, um, at the latest, a half hour before on exam days. Exam days you can find on the syllabus, okay? So in this case, if you're looking to see, okay, well, what homework am I supposed to do? So log into Canvas, click on Assignments, and then let's go to Logi-Cola homework number 1, okay? It tells me here I'm supposed to do, oh, for chapters 4 and 5, I'm supposed to do letter R. So how do I access that? Well, let me go ahead and open up Logi-Cola. This you should have somewhere on your desktop or somewhere where you can locate it. Double click it to access Logi-Cola. If you're a Windows user, you won't get that Wine app. But if you're a Mac user, you'll get that Wine app. So in this case, yes, this is me. Okay, so it said over here, right? Let me remind myself. Chapters 4 and 5 are. Okay, well, how do I access that? Here's Logi-Cola. Click on File, Load New Exercise Set. Let me find the letter R. There it is for fallacies. Okay, so informal fallacies here. Okay, something to note as well. Notice here that you have a couple of things that tells you what set you are, what score level you are, and then your actual points earned. So with respect to level 9, to access and change that is in Options, Scoring Level. Now notice it says hardest. Okay, 1 is the easiest. 0 is off. That's just to practice and it won't score at all. Let's see, it does how does scoring work? Logi-Cola records score for an exercise only when you reach 100 points. Which reminds me here, this is a flaw that obviously comes with some software. In this case, what happens here is it doesn't save your spot. So if let's say you're at 70 points and it accidentally restarts or crashes or whatever, it's not going to save it. It'll only save it once you reach 100 points. Okay, so be careful with that. Okay, so you begin with 0 points. If you have scoring set to a level between 9 and 1, you gain points for right answer and lose points for wrong answers. When you reach 100 points, you complete the exercise and your score and your success records to the disk. The scoring level doesn't influence how hard the problems are, so that's something really to note. Here, it's not the difficulty of the problems. The same type of problems will be whether you do it anywhere from 1 through 9. So again, the scoring level doesn't influence how hard the problems are, but only how many points you lose for wrong answers. It's harder to complete an exercise at higher levels. If you do an exercise more than once, you get credit for the highest level at which you complete it. So again, here, this is just more of a reward and punishment type of thing. If you're very sure of and comfortable on the exercises that you're doing, go to level 9. If you're not, then go to level 1, middle, level 5, okay? If you want to practice without getting scored, 0 over here. Again, it's possible to get negative points as you see up here, but it'll reset you back at 0, okay? So my purposes, I'm just here at level 9. Okay, so now that I have that and you're comfortable with whatever level you have, again, it tells me that I have to do exercise R. How do I go with that? Again, File, Load New Exercise Set, R. After that, click the button or hit the spacebar, and it'll give you this information, okay? The advantage and why I choose the software as well is because, let's say here, Hume's philosophy said human knowledge was impossible. But Hume was inconsistent, since in real life he thought he knew things, so his philosophy must be wrong. Let's say I say that's an appeal to ignorance. No, that's wrong over here. This is, and it provides you with the definition. This is what the appeal to ignorance is. Pick a better answer. So I said maybe it's genetic. Nope, still wrong. In fact, this is an ad hominem. It's a personal attack. Okay, so notice I don't get anything for that. Okay. Well, let's say you finally go through it and you're finally hit over here, right? 100 points. All right, hooray. you get 100 points, and this is what you should get, something like this, okay? You should get a screen. Yeah, let me quickly show. That looks like this, right? So at 100, right? Could be a bit over, but as long as it's at least 100 here. So in this case, that's how you know that you've reached 100. It pops up a new screen, says, hey, that's awesome, you did it. If you want to keep work on it, go ahead. If not, then don't. Okay, you can go on to the next exercise in this case. So let's say you go ahead and do that. Great, you complete it. Now next, it says, oh, chapter 6. For chapter 6, these are the exercises you're supposed to go ahead and do. AEM. All right, well, let me go back. File, load new exercise set. And again, start off with the first letter. In this case, it's A. Okay? Now notice that there were other letters that followed it, E and M. Well, how do I access that? Well, I know I'm in A. Let me go back to File. There's E for easier, and there's M for multiple choice. Okay? And double check over here. Logi-Cola set A, E, M. Okay? All right, let's say I finish that. Now the next one is A, E, T. So I go over here, A. I'm already on A. I'm already on E, and I change it to T for type in the answer. So Logi-Cola set A, E, T. Okay? Now what happens with those that have two letters, let's say B and H? Same process. Click File, Load New Exercise Set, start with the first letter, B. There's B, and then it said over here to go with H. Oh, I'm already on H here. How to start? Let me double check. Yep, Logi-Cola set B, H. Okay. The other one it says is Logi-Cola BS. Okay. Go back, File, change it S for symbolic, Logi-Cola set BS, etc. Okay. So remember, only submit the scores over here once you've done all of them. There's no reason for you to have to submit after you're done with each exercise. As long as you hit 100, it'll save it. So submit only when you've completed all the exercises here for exam 1, okay? So how do you go about submitting it? Well, click on Tools, View or Email Scores, okay? Here's this right here. These are all the ones I've done. Let's assume that these are just the same ones for the first homework. So click on Paste to Email button, okay? And says, okay, this is how it should look like, okay? If that's how it looks like, click Yes. If not, then click on No. So let's see if that's what it looks like, yeah? In essence, that's the copy button, okay? So over here, since I've already done a mock submission, it should just say Submit Assignment for yours, okay? You click on that and a little text box appears, text entry. So click on that, and if you have a Mac, click on Command V. If you have a Windows computer, Control V. Ah, there we go. It does look like that, yeah? Okay, so yes, it does look like that, yeah? So you click on yes, if that's the case, okay? If you click on no, it'll just give you a different way to go about accessing the files, okay? All right, so you go back after you're done over here. Pasting this, go ahead and then put submit assignment, all right? So submit assignment, and then that's it. Assignment successfully submitted, yeah? Okay, so as I said, notice over there that this is the Logi-Cola homework exercises are due on exam days, a half hour before taking the exam, okay? Um, okay, and then that's just the process to go ahead and submit it. If you want to look for the homework number 2 and so on, again, you can go back to assignments and click on Logi-Cola homework number 2, and there it'll appear the chapters that you're supposed to do and the Logi-Cola exercises for all those chapters as well. Okay, and that's it. That's all for the submission process. As I said, if there's any issues with respect to the submission process here, let's say Canvas is down or something happened, go ahead and email them to me, but only do that if you're unable to do it through Canvas, okay? Email it to me and still with the same deadline, half hour before um, the exam is supposed to be taken in this case, okay? All right. Okay, well, with that said, that is it for this process over here, okay?